Assalamu alaikum, marhaba bikum. Welcome to Al-Bustan Fil Bayt. My name is Esraa Warda, and today I'm going to be giving you a short tutorial on Algerian Raï dance. So today we're going to be doing just a couple simple steps that are very well known, fundamental steps in Raï music. And we're going to just talk a little bit about what Raï music is, the significance of Raï music, and what does it mean for me as an Algerian woman to preserve the dance of Raï. So what is Raï in Arabic, right? So Raï, we know, literally means opinion. Yeah, وش رأيك? What's your opinion? So Raï music is literally opinion music. Okay, that's kind of like an interesting name for a genre of music. But Raï in Algerian society, the word itself has many different connotations, right? It means somebody's point of view, right? It means how they feel about something, their deep sentiments towards somebody or something or some place. So Raï music, in my opinion, is a raw expression of human emotions. It's the raw expression of the spectrum of the Algerian experience, and particularly the working class and poor, marginalized experience of Algerians. And Raï has always been a platform for speaking one's truth. What's really cool about Raï music is that we can go back to the early grandmother and grandfather of Raï, and the origins of Raï music are from the countryside. So we know Raï music now in 2021 as party hits. People listen to Raï in the cabaret, in weddings, at parties, when they're driving in cars with their friends, blasting music. But Raï actually has a rural background, right? Raï, you can say, is a modern innovation and transformation of what we call Bedouin music. Bedouin music is music that comes from Bedouin shepherds in the west of Algeria, in small villages and towns around major cities like Wahran, Saïda, Sidi Bel Abbas, so on and so forth. So Bedouin music is one of the earliest grandmothers or grandfathers of Raï music, and as well as Middahat music. Middahat music is an all-women's form of music in which women sing together with percussion and voice, and sometimes violin, later on in the 1900s. In which the sole purpose of getting together is to perform for weddings and sing to saints and sing to the prophet, and also just sing about life, love, and all things in between. So that's where middahat comes from. Middih means to praise. So these two are really big influences in the core base of Raï music. But Raï music in its essence is a fusion genre of music. It has so many inspirations. It has reggae, it has hip hop, it has, jazz influences. It has a lot of westernization as well, especially towards the 70s on, where the music becomes more modern, right? There's synthesizers, there's drum machines, there's all types of new technology that takes Raï to a different level. So Raï music is a popular genre of music, right? It's a secular genre of music. It's not necessarily belonging to any tribe, or it's not necessarily a specific religious or spiritual tradition. It's a music of human emotion. It's a music of human experience. So the reason why I feel it's so important to be teaching Raï education in the United States is because Raï now, although has become way more mainstream, it has a very difficult and tumultuous history. Raï music really has struggled to survive in the current day. The early times of Raï, especially with Bedouin music, during French colonialism, was often done in secret. There wasn't any, Raï music was essentially criminalized very early. Later on in the 1900s, when we talk about 80s and 90s Algeria, when Algeria was going through a tumultuous and brutal civil war, Algerian Raï music was extremely marginalized. It was also prohibited It was criminalized, it was illegal. It also was considered a deviation away from family values because Raï music was free music. Raï music sung about everything. There were no boundaries in what Raï music would talk about. So that's a very big spectrum, right? We could talk about family and loss and agony and ghurba, which is living in somewhere away from your home, and always being in constant nostalgia of a place you once lived, but you might have been rejected from. Raï also sings about exile and love and interpersonal relationships, and it also talks about relationships outside of marriage as well, which was controversial at that time. But Raï is real. Raï is raw music. So, which explains why it's always had such a difficulty with those in power and the elites and the nation state. So Raï music now has made it through all of that and still has a little bit of stigmatization, but definitely is more accepted and more mainstream and widely listened to across the world now. And everybody knows Cheb Khalid is one of the most famous Raï singers. But we can also give a lot of women have been a huge part of Raï music as well. We know Sheikha Rimiti, Sheikha Jiniya. We also know Shabba Zahwaniya, who's now Sheikha Zahwaniya. Many more, Shabba Fadila. Women have played a huge role in the preservation and the innovation of Raï music in the past century. The reason why it's really important that we're having this video and why folks who are watching at home should feel the importance of why this video needs to exist is because there are not really that many resources about how to dance Raï music. There's a lot about Raï music itself, but the dance is often erased from the discussion. And we see over the years that women who dance Raï on television are starting to become more and more erased. So we don't really see what a Raï dance actually looks like. So I'm really happy today to present to you some very, simple and groovy Raï moves. The reason why I use the word groovy, there's no other way to describe Raï music except for groovy. Because like I said, this is a rebel music, this is a revolutionary music, this is a music that was existing in the margins and has made it to the center. And it has suffered to still survive and be where it is today. And it is groovy, it is rebellious, and I want you to keep that soulful ambiance in your body when we dance to Raï. So it's not very high impact, at least what I'll be doing today. It's totally accessible to all types of body types, and also it's fine on your joints. You will be totally okay. So let's get started.